Hey, good morning, students. It is Monday, October the 23rd of 2023. This is an expectations review video. We do need to review some expectations. We are one quarter down. We have the assumption that you know the expectations. Warnings you'll see here as we go through the slides. Warnings are going to be limited moving forward because we are a fourth of the way through the school year. So at this point, you should know the expectations. I'm going to review them with you today in a brief video. But students, moving forward, the expectation is that you know what we expect from you and you understand those things and that you do those things. Sometimes when it's the start of the school year, we think, hey, maybe students don't quite understand the expectations, but we're now a fourth of the way through. So if you're not following our expectations, I'm going to assume that you are choosing not to follow the expectations. All right, so I want to remind you of our priorities. When we met with grade levels at the very beginning of the school year, I told you that there are two main priorities. Number one is safety. Your safety is the number one thing that's important to me. First, student safety, then staff safety, and then after that is learning. Safety first, then comes learning. Those are our one and two priorities here at Middle School North. So everything that we have in our expectations is going to support those two things. All right, drama. Keep the drama out of Middle School North. All right, our focus while you are here is on learning. If you want to be involved in drama after school time, that's your own thing. I think it's silly and dumb. But if that's something that you choose to do, that is your choice. But while you're here at Middle School North, the focus should be on learning. If you are spreading rumors, talking negatively about people, threatening violence towards others, you will face consequences for that. That is not what being a pro is about here at Middle School North. It's not positive. It's not respectful. And typically, you're not taking ownership for your own actions, for our school environment, and for your learning. If you need help solving a conflict, we are more than happy to help you. Fill out the I Need to See form that's in your grade level Google Classroom. But keep the negative drama out of Middle School North. We want students that come here to focus on their learning, and those other things just detract from that. Sometimes people will create drama because they want attention. They want to put other people down. It makes them feel better. That's not acceptable. We talk all the time about being a pro, positive, respectful, taking ownership for your learning environment and your actions. And then also we talk all the time about E plus R equals O. Events are going to happen that are out of your control. People are going to say things that may be negative sometimes, but how you respond to it is what's important. Positive responses tend to lead to positive outcomes. We want you to be successful at Middle School North. This is not my school. It's not the teacher's school. This is all of our school, and that includes you, students. So we want you to take ownership for making this an outstanding place for you to come to learn and for our staff to come to work. All right, like I said before, we're now a full quarter into the school year. Assumption is that you know the expectations, and we have high expectations, and we'll hold you to them because we think that you have a lot of potential. We know you can do a lot of great things, so we're going to hold you to high expectations. That includes teachers academically in the classroom holding you to high expectations, and us holding you to high expectations behaviorally as well. If you don't understand an expectation or you're not quite sure what to do, just ask. Okay, ask the question. We'll be more than happy to help you out. But if you've been here so far this whole school year, you should know what the expectations are. All right, students, when you arrive to school, your hoods need to come off and the phones get turned off. This has been something we've been talking about since the very first day of school. Part of our dress code is that students don't wear hoods in the building. I understand the weather's getting colder, and you might want to have your hood on while you're on the school bus or if you're walking to school while you're doing that as well. Once you enter the doors, those hoods need to come off. That is an expectation. Phones also need to get turned off. That is the expectation as well. Don't tell someone that, oh, well, I'm texting my mom or my dad, or I need to check on something. If there's a message that needs to get through, that can come through the office. And we've sent out communication to parents as well that they can get a message to you by calling the school, and we'll be happy to deliver that to you. But we want your phones to be turned off. That's a priority. When it looks at our number two, which is focusing on student learning, is that there's no distractions with those electronics. Also, along with that is that the earbuds need to come out. All right, no earbuds should be in anyone's ears unless you have specific directions from a teacher otherwise. So when you first get to school, hoods come off, phones get turned off. Breakfast when you first get here, if that's something that you want to do. When the warning bell rings, you should be in first period or headed directly there. We're not taking any more laps at that time around the building. When the warning bell rings, you should not then go to get your breakfast because you should have got that when you first got to school. If you are not following those expectations, there will be consequences for being out of your assigned area. All right, in the hallway, stay to the right. The expectation is that you walk. You should be at a conversational voice level, keeping your hands to yourself and in class before the bell rings. All of these things are very easy to do. You can get from one end of the building to the other in 3 minutes, no matter where you're coming from. We've done it before. We've walked during class changes, and you can easily get there probably in close to 2 minutes, but definitely within three. Make sure you're staying to the right, walking. We shouldn't be yelling or screaming or anything like that, completely unnecessary. No one should be running in the halls or horse playing. Make sure you're keeping your hands to yourself. That comes down to student safety. All right. In the cafeteria during lunchtime, when you walk in, you need to go directly to a seat, no more than two to a bench. You should be facing the middle of the table. We should have a conversational voice level with only those at your table. We should not be talking to people who are tables over or down all the way at the other end of the table. Make sure you're staying seated unless you're given permission to get up. And then make sure you clean up after yourself. That's your responsibility. You're a middle school student. All right. The expectation is that you can clean up after yourself. I've got two little girls. I know you guys have seen them on the announcements before. Ellie, our oldest, she cleans up after herself after each meal. Hazel, she's only 2. We're still working on that. But if my 5-year-old can clean up after herself, you can clean up after yourself after lunchtime. Again, all of these things come back to our priorities, safety and student learning. So keep the drama out of middle school north so you can focus on your learning, and then make sure you're following our expectations while you're here. These are all to make you a better student, which is also going to help make you a better person. So focus on being a pro, positive, respectful, take ownership for your learning, for your environment, and for your actions. And again, we want to make sure that everyone is safe and that we can maximize student learning. Hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, it's great to be a cruiser.